Welcome to Real Talk TV, where we will give you insights, tips, tricks, and hacks for whatever industry you are planning to get into. 100% fresh, 100% real. My name is Farah Ramos, and I am a fashion presentation and communication professor under the Fashion Design and Technology department here in iACADEMY. So today in this vlog, we will be talking about how to build strong connections in the fashion industry. I am a part-time faculty member in iACADEMY and a full-time entrepreneur. I've been running my businesses for about 6 to 7 years now. I have a modeling agency called Farah Models and a modeling workshop called Farah Models Camp. Before that, I was actually a model, and I started to become one when I was 16 years old. So I've practically been in the industry for a long time, and I've seen and I've learned the ins and outs. And one of the most important things that I discovered is that in order to be successful and in order to stay long in this industry is that it's very, very important to build strong connections. Do you remember the saying, your network is your net worth? And would you believe it if I say that I actually built my agency with absolutely zero capital? No capital, guys. Zero. That leads me to tip number one. Tip number one, build genuine friendships with the people you're working with. When I was a model, the first project that I booked was with this guy. And after that, we would go to events, parties, we built this kind of relationship. And then when my first business didn't go well, he actually called me and he said that, you know what, I'm gonna help you build yourself up. I'm gonna do your branding. So he did my branding for free. So that kind of relationship that I built in the industry is something that I really, really treasured. And it's only now that I realized that, it's very, very important that you're not just treating them as clients, but as friends as well. Now, the question is, how did I meet all these people? I've always loved socializing, so I went to events. I started going to parties, fashion shows, and I met friends of friends and people from the industry since I was in college. I've always wanted to be in this industry, so I did my research. I checked magazines before because, there was no social media back then. I found out about this modeling competition, and I knew that if I joined this, I would meet a lot of people from the industry, so I did. I knew that Director Robbie Carmona is the owner of Saga Events, which is one of the biggest events company here in the Philippines. So it was my goal to be part of it. And I did. I did my internship there. That's how important internships are because they will open a lot of doors, a lot of opportunities to you. Saga Events is actually one of my clients. And then lastly, of course, your schoolmates. In school, you know them since before you started your career. So you would be able to genuinely create good relationships, some genuine friendships with them. So start building connections now. A lot of my clients right now are my blockmates, my schoolmates, or they would recommend me. Tip number two, keep your integrity in check. If you're faced with a situation wherein you will earn a lot of money, but in the process, you will step on other people, think more than twice about it. In the end, money is not everything. Sure, you can earn a lot of money, but you will definitely burn bridges with that person that could turn out to be someone who will give you big opportunities in the future. And even if you're not gonna think of it that way, you should always, always do the right thing. Stand by the people that you know. Support them. Don't turn your back on them. Tip number three, never say no to opportunities. Even if you don't know how, even if you're not the best at it, do it anyway. I've always wanted to be a public speaker or a host because I've always known that this will help me market my businesses. But then, I always get scared. I always get nervous when speaking in front of a crowd. I would overthink. And I used to think that I had to go through public speaking workshops before actually doing it. But then an opportunity came. My former blockmate approached me and invited me to be a speaker in her class. So I said yes, of course. It was an opportunity for me to talk about my journey as an entrepreneur. I realized that once I commit myself to doing something, I would actually do everything to make it work. And another thing that I realized is that whether the audience is just 5 or it's a lot, like 100, I have to say yes because I wouldn't know if one of those 5 is actually a potential client or maybe an aspiring model or a potential model. Or maybe they could recommend me or my services to people they know. And that's what I mean by do it anyway. Tip number 4, and this came from Farah Ramos. Look for emerging talents. I've seen a lot of photographers, makeup artists, stylists who would see potential in up-and-coming talents. These are beauty queens, models, celebrities. They would dress them up when they go to events. They would collaborate with them, do test shoots. In the future, when these people become successful, they would actually bring business to them. It's like an investment. When you're together at the bottom, of course, there's an unspoken pact wherein you'll actually bring each other to success. And lastly, since we are at the digital age, build a good social media content. When you're starting, of course, you don't have a team to brainstorm with, so you have to do everything. And that's why content is key. When I started, I already knew that I had to position myself as a CEO entrepreneur. So the tone of my posts were revolving around that. So I had to make sure that I was talking about my journey as an entrepreneur. I was talking about myself as a model manager, etc. Back then, I didn't know how to boost posts, guys. But yes, it worked through my posts. So I was able to connect successfully to the audience that I needed. Whenever there are comments, I would actually respond to them. Genuinely, I wouldn't respond to them like a robot because customer service is very, very important. I really have to connect and engage to my followers or to my potential clients. So right now, I only have about 4,000 followers on Instagram. And when I started Farah Models Camp, I only had about 3,000. But I was able to successfully run 2 workshops from my organic followers. See? Strong followers. Basically, what you really need are strong followers. I hope that you learned something from my stories and tips. Networking is never easy, but I hope that you start to enjoy doing it. Remember, your network is your network. And that was it for this episode. This has been Farah Ramos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon for more content. What do you want us to talk about for the next episodes? Please leave a message on the comment section below. See you soon!